Hi friends, it's Jana Eubank. I wanted to show you how I sort out my kits from Hip Kit Club when I first get them. I do the same thing with my collections. And so this kit I will have out all month working on projects. So I thought it would be good to show you with this. Maybe I'll show you with the collection another time. But I am trying a new way of organizing my kits. It's actually quite large. I will actually insert a picture of this. But it's a divider that sits on your desk that kind of fans out for file folders. I found one that's wide enough for 12 by 12 paper, so I've been trying this recently and I really like it. I put my extra pattern papers in the very top slot. I put the cardstock in the next slot. I leave this slot for like scraps that I put in an 8.5 by 11 pocket page or page protector, but I also received the essential cardstock alphabets this month, so I am placing those in here so I don't forget to incorporate them. The next slot down will be for the current pattern papers. The top one was for the extras, so I'm going to put these pattern papers here, but I'm going to show you how I sort those a little bit. And then I have the tall embellishments down here on these last two shelves. So I have the phrases, the foam phrases from the main kit, and the foam alphabets from the main kit on this shelf. And then on this very bottom shelf I have the puffy stickers from the embellishment kit, this huge 6 by 12 sheet. And then also I have a pack of the vellum sticker sheets. There's 5 sheets in here, and if you're interested in seeing this, an unboxing of this kit, you can watch that on my channel. Now off to the side, I'm going to show you what I do with my pattern papers, but off to the side I want to show you the other little organizers I have. So I use, this is a little makeup palette organizer, and I use this for cut pieces when I'm teaching classes, but I'm going to be using it for my kits as I work this month. So I have the dies in the front, then I have each of the embellishments in each of these little slots. It just helps me to see them better. I have the stamps from the Pocket Life kit. The Pocket Life kit here, I'm going to go ahead and cut these little die cuts out in a minute and put them in a tray. I'll show you those trays. And then in the very back I have the 2 stencils. So they're kind of graduated by size, and that way I can see them all. Just like if you were using a makeup palette organizer. I'm not into makeup, I'm into paper crafting, so I'm going to use it for paper crafting. Now this is a little hint as to what my trays look like. This is a puzzle organizer by TidyBoss. This one's 8 inches. I like it because it doesn't take up as much room on my desk. It has several trays that you stack together that look like this. There are 8 trays total. I usually use about 4 or 5. I like that they all snap together. They also have this lid so I can close it up to keep my cats from getting into it when I'm not working. But also you can stagger the trays, and I'll show you that in a minute as you're working, and stack them on top of each other. So I really like that. So let's go ahead and take a look at that now. I have 4 of my embellishments in here so far, and I will be adding more. So let me actually put the lid on it for a second so I can tilt it up to the side. Again, I have 8 total trays, but right now I'm just using 4, so they stack nice and tight. Now, like I mentioned before, this is an 8-inch square. They also sell a 10-inch square. I just didn't want the larger one to take up that much room on my desk, so I went with the 8-inch square, and it works really well. So we'll pop off that lid right there, and then I'll show you each deck or each layer. So this top one is the main cardstock die cut, the main kit, excuse me, the cardstock die kits from the main kit. Then I have the chipboard die cuts from the main kit. I'm gonna actually sort these in a minute, and I'll show you that process, so stick around if you'd like to see that. These are the acetate and foil hearts from the embellishment kit, so those will be in there. And then these are the cardstock label and tickets and tab die cuts from the embellishment kit. And I will probably sort these by color so that I can find them easier while I'm working. And how I do that, I'll just show you real quick. This will be an easy one to show. I just will put all the colors together in different parts of the tray. So we have the pinks, we'll put the yellows. This is kind of a lilac pink, so we'll put that over here. And we'll just make little stacks within the tray, and that will make it easier to find them. And there we go. So within my tray, I have all the die cuts kind of separated, and I can do that for each little stack. I can put all the multicolored hearts in one section, all of the cool colored hearts, maybe I could do something like that. And that way I could just find them. Or the hearts with patterns and the hearts with words, however you decide. Now this particular set doesn't have a ton, and so I can thumb through those fairly well. I probably won't separate those out. But as I'm working, I mentioned you can stack them like this to close them up tight. But you also, while you're working, you can stagger them like this on top of one another. And that reminds you what you have. And then because I have that fanned file folder holder off to the left, I pretty much can see everything within a short or a tight amount of space. It does take up a little space on my desk, but for this purpose where I'm trying to pull things from all the different kits, it really works well. Now you may be wondering how I sort my like shape die cuts like this. I'll show you real quick. So in this particular case, I'm going to do things how I would grab them. So for example, I'm going to put all the words and phrases into one little section. If I was looking for a word of phrase, I would do that. I would do all the little sprinkling type pieces, hearts and things like that in another section. And then I'm going to do icons and flowers. I'll probably put flowers in a section and icons in a section. Then there's these little frame pieces. So butterflies are kind of a scattering piece. I'm going to put that over there with the hearts. We have some more phrases here. This icon that's a popsicle. We have a little journaling piece. Maybe I'll put that with the frames because that could be used to anchor something. So that's just kind of how I'm thinking about the different pieces, is how would I look for them. Since, you know, if I'm looking for a little phrase to add, I'm going to go to the little phrase pile. And of course I can move these around while I'm working. It just helps to simplify it a little bit, and then you're not digging through everything. So I'm kind of putting phrases with icons here, and then phrases that are just phrases over on this side. Icons here, things that are more floral will go into this stack, and then our sprinkling elements. These are just shapes and anchoring elements. I'll put that where these are sitting. Oh, these are like the larger pieces. I'll put that there, a little floral, a little label that's blank. We have the B, and then this, oh, look how cute this phrase is. I didn't notice that earlier. Okay, simply the best. So we'll put that right in the middle. So you can kind of see how I've separated out those die cuts. So I could stack those there. And then if you're curious, I'll do the same thing with the chipboard pieces. So let's put all the anchoring pieces in one little stack, the frames and the tags, things like that. Those are the biggest pieces, so they will kind of get out of the way, I guess, if I put them all together first. We'll put this this phrase here, and then maybe smaller phrases right below it. So all the tabs, anything with words. I kind of think of like that when I'm working. I go, okay, I need something with words here, so I'll go ahead and do that. These are more like word squares. We've got, let's put the little sprinkling pieces over here. So I'll move all the little tiny hearts. This is helpful because you see how many you have in a pack. So if you want to mix and match them with sprinkling elements from other types of embellishments, you can. Here's some more little words and tabs. These chipboards are awesome. You get so many pieces. So basic shapes, maybe these circle icons we'll put all together. Like they're like little chipboard flair. I'm going to pull these out so I can see what I've got here. I'll put the stars by the sprinkling elements. There's the circles. Another little, lots of little hearts. Look how cute. You got gold and black. Then the shapes, the words. And then I'll start putting the icons over in this corner because I do have like these large citrus pieces. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. These little icons are going to be more like accents. I think I'll put that speech bubble. I'll put that with the circles. I'll put the strawberries together. Those are smaller accents. Put the stars over here. More large word pieces. There's so much in this kit. It's awesome. If you didn't see the unboxing video, this kind of gives you an idea of what's in the kit. So really, really cute. floral. These are just kind of larger icons, smaller icons. The butterflies are kind of scattering elements to me. I use those to accent other things. And then these are like focal point accents. Like that bike would probably be paired with a little strawberry or something like that. So smaller accent pieces, larger accent pieces. So hopefully that helps. We've got the words and tabs, the frames and anchoring elements, little scattering pieces, shapes, circle flare, large icon pieces, and then smaller icon pieces. Okay, so that's how it makes sense to me. Again, I can stack these like this as I'm working, and I can just move them around. I've been using these puzzle trays for the last several layouts, and it's worked well. So I'm going to keep trying it this month and see if I like it. I've used other systems in the past, and I actually have a really old video, like a 7-year-old video showing that. Maybe I'll link it below if you want to watch that. And I kind of show how I do my kits like I am today. So I do want to show you how I do the pattern papers, and I pretty much do it the same as I did 7 years ago. I go through the pattern papers and decide which side I'm most likely to use, and then I face that face up. We'll just go through them really quick. After I do that, I kind of pair them together, how I think I might use them on a page. Of course, I could change that as I work, but let's go ahead and do that now. So I have these really cute houses. I think this is so cute. I will probably use a strip of this or on a couple pages, maybe 1 or 2 pages, but I'm most likely to use the other side. So I'm gonna put this face up. That way, if I cut a section of it as a layer, I still have the rows to use as an accent. So I'm going to put face up the paper that I would more likely use bigger pieces of, if that makes sense. So this next one is this adorable citrus twist paper with you got the lemons, the oranges, and the grapefruit on a mint background. And then you have this dainty floral. Okay, this is really hard for me to decide because I love both sides. But honestly, I'm probably more likely to use this side just because I can see me pairing it with other papers like that. Oh, I don't know though, this is so cute. This is my favorite side. So even though this is a larger scale pattern and I usually fussy cut out things like this, I'm gonna put this face up because I think I wanna feature this paper. It's too cute. Okay, we have the stripe. Most likely I would use a section of this, or I would use that as a full background. And then I also have this pink side. Okay, I'm more likely to grab this one and then use accents of this, like a strip. So I'll put this one face up. Next, we have the smaller scale lemon paper called Freshly Squeezed. I would be more likely to use this as a background, but I really love this as a layer. So I'm going to start with the background, and then as I go through the other papers, if I need to flip that over because I have too many backgrounds, then I will do that. Okay, this yellow chevron called Lemon Zest. How cute is that? And then the back side, that tiny mint floral. Oh, that's so cute. Okay, I have a lot of blue showing so far, so I'm going to go with the yellow side. Okay, this Hello Summer, honestly, I don't have a lot of summer photos. I will mostly use this kit for everyday type photos. So I'm gonna flip it over to this side with this lemon pattern. So that might make me flip this one over eventually, but for now, let's keep it like this. We have these hexagons called Oh Honey. That is so cute. Wouldn't that be fun to cut along that pattern and use that as a strip on your page? And then we have this, that is gonna be the cutest background. Okay, see, I'm so glad I bought 2 of all these papers because I'm gonna need both. Okay, there's this adorable paper called Orange You Cute, and then the other side is this black stripe. I would love a diagonal stripe, so I know I'm gonna use that side. So because I have so many yellow, I might flip this one, remember the dot one, back over to the blue, as we're going. This next one is called Strawberry Swirl. It's very, very unique. I love that swirl, and I think that would make the coolest focal point on a page. Like I mentioned before, the popsicles, I don't have a lot of summer photos, so I'm gonna go with the Strawberry Swirl. And I'm just gonna mix that in here to intersperse the pinks. Look how cute this is. Okay, next up we have this orange paper. I don't have any orange so far, so that's a really fun option. And then the back side is the tiny floral. Okay, so this is a funny thing about me. I actually don't gravitate to patterns that have bright white like this. I don't know why. It will be great to use as an accent, so I'm sure I will use it as a strip or something like that, but I'm more likely to grab a piece of that floral, so I'm gonna put that face up. We have this adorable countryside scene on this paper called Weekend Away. I love this. I think it's so cute. However, I do struggle using scene papers like this because I feel like I can only put 1 or 2 photos on it. And I like to use lots of photos on my scrapbook pages, even on my single pages. So I'm more likely to gravitate towards that big stripe. However, this one is so unique. I don't know. I may just leave that one face up. I think I'll leave that one face up. I'm going to challenge myself to use that, even if I cut portions of it out, like the little house or something. And then here is this really fun, funky floral. This one's called Wildly Good. I love this side, and I love the orange side. This is really, really tough. Oh boy. So I have a lot of B sides. I think I'm going to throw in this bright floral. It balances out this mini floral nicely. However, that orange is pretty darn cute too. Look at that kit. Oh, so cute. What do I do? I'm gonna leave it like that for now. Okay, so do I dare turn that back over to the black? I don't know. This is so unique. I want to challenge myself to use it. Okay, so from here, I'm gonna start grouping papers together that I think I would use together. And this one is so unique, I'm gonna put it by itself. I know I would use this one as a background. I think it looks adorable with this paper. I also think it looks way cute with that. I'm gonna put those 2 together. And then I love this pink because it has the white in it. It kind of brightens it. So I'm gonna put those 3 together. Do I add another one? I'll leave that like that for now. Okay, we have this watercolor gingham check. I think this swirl is gonna, okay, like I mentioned, that one's gonna stand alone, so I'm gonna put that over there. This swirl is gonna be a focal point piece. I'm sure I will add this with the cardstock from the cardstock kit. And then I'm wondering what else I might pair with it. The lemon looks really cute, not another stripe. I want something just to accent it because this will be taking most of the attention, if that makes sense. So maybe let's put the lemon with it. Those 2 with a cardstock is going to be great. Next, and of course as you work, you end up with pieces of these and you incorporate them in, right? Next I have this one. I think this would be the cutest background. Remember, it has the houses on the other side. I love it with this large bold foil floral. I think that's really, really cute. And I also think the yellow looks super sweet with it. So we'll put those 3 together. That leaves us with these, which I think are really fun. I don't necessarily think that floral mixes in great with those 2. So I'm gonna count on like this one mixing in. Maybe I'll put those 3 together. I don't know. Bring in pieces of the other ones. And then maybe I'll mix this little mini floral back in with like this set. I think that would be good. Okay, so I've kind of separated them into little sub stacks, and now I can put those off to the side, and that will be a good starting point for me. And you can see how as you fan them out, how those patterns just play off one another so well. Okay, so I hope that answers, or not answers your questions, but gives you some inspiration as to how to set up your kit for a month of scrapbooking, just to get your creative juices flowing and start thinking about how you can use the papers and the embellishments with the papers or with your photos. All right, guys, my name is Jana Eubank. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, please leave those in the comments below and I'll be happy to answer them or make another video answering those questions. We'll see you next time.